I call him by his birth name, Robert Francis O'Rourke, because he's not actually Hispanic at all. But look, here's how absurd the left has become, is now they want to tear down all our walls.
Yeah.
But look, the president was elected on the promise of getting this wall built. He went through Congress, is keeping the government open. He's got some money for the wall. But it seems, Judge, that this has been a 30 or 40-year struggle to get both parties, or even one party, to fight to secure our border. And if this is not an emergency in our country, what is an emergency? As you said in your open, which was brilliant, President Obama declared 13 declarations of emergencies. Talk about the opioid crisis, the drugs in our country, the illegal guns. This is an emergency. The president is using his constitutional authority put forth in the National Emergency Act that was passed in the 1970s to be able to address problems such as the porous southern border, and he should be applauded for doing so courageously.
Well, and the amazing part of it is that, you know, when people realize a number of Americans are being killed by opioids, heroin, fentanyl, it's like the left doesn't care. They just want to fill their coffers with Democrat voters. Legal or illegal doesn't matter. And that's what this is all about. I've come to that conclusion. But let's talk about Ocasio Cortez and the socialism that we see with Amazon basically being forced out of New York because one of her pals there, and amazingly, the governor, Cuomo, and Mayor de Blasio are not really criticizing her. You know, it's like they're talking out of both sides of their mouths.
Yeah, and look, Judge, it's amazing how much power this freshman congresswoman from New York has. And look, I make fun of socialism all the time. You do too, and we should make fun of it. But this is really serious stuff, because 25,000 middle-class workers are not going to have work in New York because of Alexandria Ocasio-Cortez. She cares more about herself than the constituents and the hardworking people of New York City. And look, I'm no big fan of Amazon, okay? I think they do a lot of deals that are not right. I think they should pay more in taxes. I think they use loopholes. But I personally would love to see Amazon employ 25,000 hardworking New Yorkers.
But it's not just 25,000.
She's celebrating
Think of all of the restaurant, the transportation, the infrastructure, the building, the car washes, whatever you want to say, the car. It's unimaginable what it would do to Long Island City. And she doesn't understand. She doesn't get it. She just thinks we have $3 billion and we ought to just give it away. She doesn't get that $3 billion is money generated by the money that Amazon is paying that will go into the tax revenues. She doesn't get it.
Exactly right. Yeah, and this will be their corporate headquarters, not to mention each one of those people that will be working at Amazon, they will get raises, they'll be able to buy houses, get bigger apartments, the billions of dollars in investment that'd be happening in her community. But this is so important with what's happening with the far left. They would rather prove a point and try to destroy wealth creation and take credit for it than actually see people's lives get better.
All right.
This is a challenge. Can you think of a Democrat that has done more damage to their community in the last couple months than AOC with this deal?
So, That's right. We'll see what happens. Charlie Kirk, thanks so much. We'll be right back.